Hey, welcome back. We're back finally in Timberborn again. After the last update, we had a little bit of a wait till some things got fixed. The last update was a bit rough on some of the old mods, but they're back up, or at least most of them are. So we are going to pick back up where we left, and our colony, it's a little dry, but currently we've got food, we've got water, but we're running out of logs. So we're going to start with that. Let me see if we can get out to over here. We're going to come out this way and out this way. Draw ourselves in a path. There we go. We'll go right around here. Here we go. There we go. That's in there. And we'll put in a couple. Well, actually, let's get another one over here. There we go. Now let's get in a couple of places to cut down trees. We're going to start with just this area right here, because I want to get up to here as well. And then over here, we'll get some more in as well. There we go. Path can come out this way and this way. And that should be good for there. Something else that was changed, but this time in the mod itself, they've gotten rid of the dandelions again. So those are out again. So we're not going to need our gather flag over here. So out that one goes. We're going to turn off the cut trees over here. There we go. Are those? Yeah, that's pine. Okay. And the wild brambles are back to just when they're cut down, they give you the bramble flower. So you don't have to worry about processing them in here anymore. In fact, that option is gone. They're now replaced with the plucked lotuses, which is something you get from a large farmhouse, which we'll get later in this playthrough. But for the moment, we are not going to be able to get them. So I'm going to pause one of those and move them over to our alchemist. And hopefully they can start making some tar to get some other items in here. Another thing I'm noticing is we have a ton of food that's ready to go, but we're just not picking it up fast enough with just the two farmhouses. So we're going to come over here, take out a couple of these, and let's see. Oh, there it is. We're going to take out that plot right there, and we'll put in a couple more farmhouses with them. In fact, let's make that a little bit more important. And once they clear that out, we'll get the farmhouses in so they can really start putting stuff in here for us. With the removal of dandelions, they've also changed our rice ball recipe back. So I'm just going to put in a second one here and see if we can get some rice balls out of that. It takes mountain salt now, which I guess that makes some sense. So they can now continue to make those. We'll put both of those in there. And if one or the other resource runs out, we'll just switch it to the other one and have it make either braised or, what is that? Braised cabbage. There we go. Or the rice balls, depending on what we have the supplies for. I'm going to do the same thing over here and get another farmhouse in. I think I just have to really remove this one. The one time they're on the ball. That's okay. We'll just remove all of these here. In fact, I can probably just... Yep, there we go. Now they won't replant those. And we can put another farmhouse in to help with the rice that should come in here and with cabbages that'll show up over here. They got our area cleaned out over here, so let's go ahead and drop in a couple more farmhouses. We'll just use these regular old farmhouses for now. Oops, looks like I cleaned out a bit too much, but it's not like we don't have green peas that are waiting to just be harvested here. So we'll wait on those, get all of this in. Hopefully this will help us with this huge field that we've got going on down here. And it looks like this got, well, no, not quite. Did they replant that? Maybe I didn't move that out of there. I thought I did. We'll do that, and then we'll get a farmhouse in down here as well. I want to start moving some of my water pumps here, the random ones that are around the map, over to here. Because that way we can get them all in a row, and with them being in a row, we can actually pick up the water pump upgrade here. that we can put between them to get even more water pulled in, which will become more important as the droughts get longer and longer and the bad water gets longer and longer. So what I'm going to do there is we're going to toss in a couple of levees here. Nope, not there. There. And then we're going to move this down, and then I'll put another one in here, and then for some reason this doesn't want to mirror. I don't know if that's something to do with the mod or if the base game doesn't have the pumps ready to mirror yet, but we'll move this one down and then maybe mirror the other one, or we'll just take some dynamite and blow up a square to get 4 in here and move all of these over to here. They're moving along on this project over here, so we're going to go ahead and give them the ability to go up here. Let's put in one of these, and we will get a tapper flag up here. There we go, so they can get some of that pine resin before they start cutting it all down. We'll go in and tell them it's okay to go ahead and cut all of that out of there too, so they can get in there. Then once they do that, I'm actually going to tell them they need to cut a path over here so we can get down from somewhere else. And we'll come back and put in stairs there, and then we'll get stairs in here. Actually, I might need them to cut a 2-wide path. There we go. That'll do for now. And then we can actually go to this side of the map from over here without having to come up this way, because we'll eventually dam this off. Well, maybe I shouldn't have moved this, because now the river is only going to the right and none to the left. You'd figure some of it would go over here, but nope, not really. There's a little bit of current out here, so let's see if we can take at least one and get it out there. And once we can move this, I'm going to make a second screw press and get it out there on that island, just so we can have 2 of them, hopefully with the extra farmhouses. In fact, let's get somebody in this farmhouse. You're for harvesting. Do I have harvesting over here? Yep. And you will be for harvesting too. There's that one. So they're starting to put some of this stuff in. We can get a lot more of this, hopefully, before whatever comes next. Got an incoming drought coming in 2 days. However, they just finished one of our water pumps over there. So we're going to get these guys to move over here. Of course, that's the highest priority. And we're going to go ahead and put in another screw press right there. Now, here in a day or 2, they're not going to have much flow through here, but that is okay. We will wait until we have a little bit going here, but we are going to want to set up for it. So I'd like to get it, looks like right there is about the best place we could put it, but I think we got to move this over if we're going to do that. It's not a huge problem. We have a couple of logs, and maybe we can take this out to get a couple logs back afterwards. We've got a second one up there, so I'm going to go ahead and take this one out as well. Take all these roads out of here. Here we go. And we'll just get more cabbages in for now. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and move this one over. Do that. Let's get 1 dynamite right there. And then we'll put a 4th one next to it. And that should... well, that should be enough. I hope, at least. If not, we'll figure out how to put another one in there. Well, the good news is we've got our secondary path in here, so we can actually take this out of here. And does that leave... yeah, that leaves some rubble there. We'll let them pick that up. In fact, we'll tell them to make that a high priority so they can clean that up. And then we'll get this as well. We'll get these cleaned up, and hopefully those can all go into this water pump here. I'd like to use more of this land eventually, so we're going to go ahead and toss in a forester, since we don't want to have problems with trees and all that other kind of stuff. I would have liked to give time to get the bushes to grow across. However, we can't plant bushes, and if a bad tide comes through, it's just going to wreck them anyway. So I'm just going to toss in these trees, and we're going to hope that those can be replanted in time. All right, that one's in. Let's detonate this. We'll put one more in there. We can go ahead and take care of this one, which means we can also take out some of this here. There we go. Get a tree. We'll just fill those with ever blossoms. There we go. And I'm going to put, at least for now, we will put the lumberjack flag here. If we need another one, we will take a look whenever that happens to come up. The droughts ended, so we're going to see if we can get some power in here. It looks like just in time, too, all the water dried up. It ought to be back in just a second. I'm going to take out these stairs like we originally planned to. There we go. Let's get just a whole bunch of wheels here. Can we just go all the way across with wheels? Yep, we'll pick up whatever power we can, and if we need to, we can power something over here. I'm going to make a couple of extra screw press axles. Every once in a while, one of these will stop working. In fact, I think it gives you the fuel remaining now. There we go. Yep, 89%. So we're going to need just a couple more of those. Let's see if we can get a couple of these made. Yep, we'll get people in there. We'll need some storage from them, which I think is just a pile. So we'll put you there. Let's get, yep, screw press axles. And hopefully that just keeps making them before these all run out. Last one of these is in. I can take this out, but at the present moment, it's not doing terrible. And we're not putting in the in-between parts for these yet. So I'm just going to leave that so we can have 5 going at all times. We are still struggling for water just a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and spend some of our hard-earned science points. We're going to spend 100 of them to get the water pump upgrade. And we have a couple of gears. How many do we have? We have 2. So we're going to use at least one right here. And what this will do is just put an extra... Well, we will try and fit... There we go. It'll go between those two and between those two. And that'll put an extra pump in here. And hopefully that gives us a little bit of extra water that we're going to need, so we're not constantly losing water. There we go. Those went in pretty fast. So now we should have plenty ability to pull in extra water. With that extra ability to pull in water, I would like some more places to store it, though, just so we don't run out. Now, the question is, where do I want to put all this? I think for now, we're going to put a little bit over here in our storage area. So let's grab storage. There we go, the tanks. There's pit tanks there. Let's do a couple of these, We'll do one here, one here. We'll make sure the road goes in here. And then we will also do the plank tanks. There we go. And we'll do a couple of plank tanks here for now. And let's get in even more of the plank tanks. So there, and there. We'll go back and set those all for water here in just a minute so that we know we're holding just as much as we need. Speaking of holding in what we need, I'm going to take a look and see if we can get a dam in here to hold back a little bit of water. Oops, we'll just leave that for now. And let's see if we can do primitive dam. We did one here, and then a larger primitive dam, well, here, I guess. That should hold back some extra water. We're going to have to put in one levee there, and then we can build out. There we go. And that'll store some over here. We might even be able to put in some bridges. We can move this. You know what? We'll just put you right up here. And when that gets done, we'll pause that and get rid of some more, or get rid of this. You know what? Actually, I would like it moved back one, because we might just make a bridge right across here. It also looks like we could use a storage tank here. We will just put you right off the edge, and you can be for our sunflower. Well, where is it? I know it's here. There it is, sunflower. So that we can have a little bit extra of that. We've started making tar. In fact, we've made enough that our fermentation house finally got in. So there's a couple more beavers that'll be coming in. Plus, we can make sure that we're making plenty of the kimchi or whatever else that we might need. We should probably put up some storage as well for our tar here. I don't know if that I would want to actually get tar out of a storage tank like that. It seems like it would be extremely difficult, but we're going to leave that for the beavers to figure out. We're going to do that. In fact, we'll get another one next door when we start doing the nitro in there, which is that they can put explosives in a large barrel next to an open fire. So that should work out well. I just noticed we don't have any clay stored up anywhere, so seems we're really getting our storage in order this time. Let's see. Can we get clay? Let's do that. And then we want to store clay here. There we go. Should be easy enough. That way, if there's ever bad water, we can actually keep them, or keep building things that might require clay. We've got a little bit of extra science here, so I think it's time we started putting in our mechanics lodge. I want to start with that. There's really two options to go with here, a mechanics lodge and an architect's lodge. And both of them are good. They allow you to make some of the more advanced buildings by making plans for them. And which one is which, you just, well, there's no description out to the sides, so you just kind of have to choose the building, and then it'll tell you in here which ones they choose, or you can just look up whatever walkthrough you want. I think there's something, one of these signs will probably tell you. But I'm starting here with the mechanic because it also makes gears, and I would like to have a couple of extra gears here and there, just in case I need to make some more of these. It looks like we just barely missed getting our dam in to hold back that extra water. But the next one, this should stay a little bit greener around here the whole time. This guy looks like he's done there for now, so that's good. How's it going up here? Looks good. This guy looks like he's done his job for now. We'll go ahead and mark some trees right up here. You can go take those out. Let's see. Oh, those trees aren't marked. That's why they didn't get cut. There we go. All of you can go out, and we'll get another set of stairs over here to continue on to this area of the forest. Still have a bit of a shortage of workers, and even with me shuffling some of these guys around, I think I could probably afford a building or two. So we're going to put in a wood felling plantification lodge down here, and hopefully replace these three with the ones that are in here. That gives us 3 extra people, and then they can move in here and get these extra bonuses. We're getting more and more dynamite now. In fact, we're up to 28 dynamite. The alchemist here, there we go, that's what I was thinking of, is doing pretty well. The sunflower oil has dried up, though, because we don't have any power, but that's not a huge deal. We can live with that for now. But with the dynamite we do have, I'm going to come over here, and we're going to use something like this, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that here in just a minute. But it's going to be a big help to us. There we go. They got all those laid in. Let's go ahead, take that out of there. And we are going to do a nice Lido. And why a Lido, you say? Because the water beavers pump their water directly into Lidos. So we're actually going to use this to fill up this space here. I'm hoping it turns most of this up here green. We might have to cut back a little bit of this here, but that'll be okay. And we can also put in a nice platform here and a nice platform here and get us 2 showers which is not a ton compared to, you know, the 6 that can fit in a bath. But if the baths are all underwater, or all under bad water, you can't use them anyway. Here, this should always be clean water. If you wanted to, you could do one more row out and put a way down to a bath here. This fluid dump should definitely keep up with it, but we're going to let them build it, and we'll see how much that greens up this area up here for us. With these dams upstream, the water seems to be coming in a little bit surgy, and now it's going both directions. I don't think this river can make up its mind which way it wants to go, but as long as it's working for both of these, at least a little bit, that's good enough for me. Looks like they got our wood felling plantification in here, so we can go ahead, take those out. In fact, I can probably just plant a couple more trees in here and tell them, okay, go ahead and cut those when they're ready to be cut too. And now we have plenty of, well, we have plenty of wood cutting power, I guess you could say. They should get through these trees pretty quickly. We'll keep an eye on it though. While we're waiting for some of the other items to get built, let's toss in a couple more things here. Let's see, we're gonna do a bridge here and a bridge here. And then in between them, we're going to do a couple of platforms. That way, if the bad water decides to come through here, we can actually get rid of these and still make it over to this, whatever we decide to put out here. I know I'm actually low on beavers, but I'm going to go ahead and put one of these in here. Let's see. We'll see if we can slide you. There you go, right into there. Once that's in, I can take this out and get a little more real estate there. And there we go. We have made some green up here on the mountain. Looks good. We can take a couple more of these tiles with some of the dynamite that we've been making. But they can also come up here and get a shower anytime. They can come swim in the Lido. And we should be able to make something up here, whether it's a tree farm or an actual farm. We can use most of this land now, so definitely a nice bonus to get that all set up. But that is going to do it for me today. We got quite a bit done. We've got our water pumps in a row. We've got plenty of farms, plenty of reserves of stock, and we're just in a very good place at the moment. So, as always, just wanted to say thank you very much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!